Hey everybody, I'm Gingerlock's mom, bringing you today just to catch you up on some Big Brother. I haven't been around doing too much lately, and I wanted to come on, gotta be honest, and tell you this week for Big Brother kind of stunk. It was kind of boring, very boring. Even like live feeds were boring as hell. Um, but there is some news to tell you, and I will go over that right now. Um, the new HOH is ENZO, as we know. ENZO has nominated to be put on the block Kevin, with Kaser as the target. For tonight, they will be playing the veto. Veto tonight. Can't remember all the contestants off the top of my head, but of course, ENZO, Kevin. Um, don't remember who else played, but the winner of veto was Kevin. Yay! Kevin is back in the game. We haven't seen Kevin play for a while, or really haven't seen Kevin play at all. I honestly kind of forgot he was in the house. But he won a game. He won the veto. He pulled himself off the block. As I said, Case is still the target. Now, there has been talk. There has been discussion in the House with the rogue votes that happened last Thursday. Those two rogue votes were Danny as well as ENZO. Here is the problem with Danny. And I remember I said from the beginning she's playing a great game. Too hard, too fast, maybe? Could be. She's definitely not going to win. She's on too many radar now after this week. Cody, apparently she went to Cody and said, let's throw these votes. I don't know if anybody saw Big Brother on Sunday. Yeah, because it's Tuesday. Oh, it's not until tomorrow. I'm completely confused on what days we are on. But that's all right. I'm a day ahead, which is good. I thought I was on Wednesday, and I'm actually on Tuesday, so it's good. So where was I? Oh, yeah, Kevin won. POV. Christmas had said to ENZO, and ENZO's really digging Christmas. ENZO, I don't know if anybody, ENZO as HOH is yo, you know what I'm the meow meow, whatever he calls himself. Just the yo, you know, he's the head meow meow is what he calls himself. I'm like, oh my God. And he talks to the camera constantly. Because he loves it. He's total ham completely. But the funny thing is, Christmas goes in. Christmas says to him, put me up. I'll go up as a pawn very happily. Whatever. Everything was going pretty smooth until, was it Sunday or yesterday? I think it might have been yesterday. Hi, Justine. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Sorry, my dog. The one thing that actually gave this week some light was someone yelling over the wall. Hold on one second. I think the mailman just came, and my dog has a tendency to charge at the door. She's completely harmless, but it would scare somebody, and she just does that all the time. I'm like, stop charging the door. All right, so back to where we were, the wall yeller. This is the one thing that we needed this week. Oh God, or it would have just been nails on a chalkboard, boring, just boring, and just predictable. But because of the rogue votes, they had a discussion. Cody had everybody has figured out that Danny, ENZO's been really good. He's been playing it off as if I'm sorry, I'm just making sure it was the mailman, and it was. Um, I'm sorry, I keep I keep getting myself completely screwed up because of my stupid dog who's constantly making so much noise downstairs. Okay, sorry. So, Danny, we'll get back to Danny and then we'll get to the wall yeller because that all kind of all happening in the same week, all kind of happening around the same time. Um, they were honestly thinking of putting up for renomination because Kevin won. They were going to thinking of putting up Danny and getting her out. That would have been the smart thing to do. Kaser you can get out anytime. But see, everybody in the house absolutely firmly believes that there's going to be a battle back. There is no battle back. There is no battle back, but everybody in the house swears there's going to be. So hence the reason why they want to get Kaser out now, because they think Janelle might come back into the house, and then him and Kaser were. They couldn't even stand on each, like they had no legs to stand on last week. What makes them think that if Janelle came back into the game right now, that they would have more than what they already had last week? They're so afraid of Janelle. It's insane. I don't understand why, what seems to be the problem with Janelle, and why everybody thinks that she is just going to win this whole thing. It's crazy, and even she doesn't understand it, and I get that. So, yeah, they were thinking of putting up Danny, and as quickly as it came up, as quickly as it went out, and he's, Enzo's like, oh, I don't want to get that kind of blood on my hands. Although Enzo is trying to make it sound like, he is getting them out, yeah, he's running this house. No, he's not. Nicole and Cody are running this house because this is what they want, and Danny is involved in this conversation. But Danny kind of knows she's in hot water because her name's been coming up. I don't know, because I haven't been that dedicated to watching the live feeds that much. They need to get out the ones. Exactly, Justine. Nicole, Ian, out already. Ian's going to coast through if these people do not wake up. The only one who's on to Ian is Memphis. Memphis has not been my favorite. But I will say, I was watching this morning, and he was cracking me up. He was kind of really being funny on the live feeds, making up the fake news of the fake news, because they don't know anything that's going on. So they're just pretending like as if they know what's going on in the real world. And, it's funny because they have no idea. I kind of wish I was them in a way, I don't want to know what the hell's going on in the world right now. So the wall yeller came around. I do believe this was I think it might have been Sunday that this person came around. And you see, it was either Monday or Sunday. So Kaser, Memphis, and Christmas, you see sitting outside on the patio furniture, just sitting there, and everything's kind of quiet. And you hear like someone coming over the megaphone, Nicole and Cody, and it kind of sounds jumbled. But what it said was, Nicole and Cody are playing everybody. They said it twice. Nicole and Cody. And you heard that very clear. And you heard everybody. You just couldn't hear the word playing that well. But that's what they said. But for the people who were in the house, I don't believe they heard that second part. All they heard was Nicole and Cody. So now everybody is trying to figure out what was trying to be told to them. Tyler told Cody that that the house believes they were the two with the rogue votes. No. That's not it. No, Tyler, that's not it. Someone's trying to at least play the game, trying to make them play the game, or they're just going to sit there and be boring. Ugh. This is supposed to be all-stars, too, and this is getting this is why I wanted Janelle. Janelle would freaking totally shake the house up, and everyone's like, we'll play in order, and I want to make it to the end. Like, these people shouldn't care about the end. Some of them have won. Some of them have won, $25,000, $50,000, $500,000. Nicole and Ian, yes, they need to go. Cody, then anyone who has won, came in second place. They need to go now. Bailey, Davon, David, oh God, these people need to kind of form a group and be like, wait, what are we doing? Let's get these people out. But that stupid Six Alliance, ugh. Memphis, Danny, Cody, Nicole. I I wish someone else had some kind of more power, because if nothing else, Ian is catching on that the two core of the house is two people. Yes and no, but the people who are making these decisions, mostly these decisions are coming from Danny, just saying. And Nicole is nothing but paranoid. I don't understand how she's even in this top six. I don't understand. She shouldn't have. I will keep. There are a lot of Nicole fans, and I actually was a huge Nicole fan 16 and 18. Not a fan this year. Just I'm not. I just see her not acting like an all-star, not playing the game. She's too worried, and she's too. That's rookie kind of talk. Come on. Like, I understand that maybe she wants to win it really bad because she's getting married and they need extra money, although you've already won. Who do I want to see win this whole thing? That's a good question. I don't know who I want. Even though Ian's won, he's still, I love Ian, and he's kind of trying to figure this all out on himself. But he has been on the radar. He has been on people's radar. Christmas names been coming up. She's on people's radar. Although, here's the dumb thing. Now, they want to go after Danny, but what they decided to do was not tell Cody. What we'll do is we'll bring him back in, but we're just not going to tell him what's going to go on the week we want to kick out Danny. Kick out Cody! Kick out Cody! Like, kick out Cody. Cody needs to go. I don't understand why people think that they need to take him with them. You know, he's got so many alliances he's a part of. And I really, really like Cody. I think Cody's like one of the most genuine guys in the house. Enzo's pretty genuine. Enzo is Enzo. But Cody's just a really, I find him to be a really sweet, caring, nice guy. I really do. Unfortunately, that doesn't get you very far in the game of Big Brother. Considering the name of the game, lying, being the last one standing, having to do things that you don't want to do. That's why I don't think I would be that good in that, is because I wouldn't be good stabbing somebody in the bag. I'm not that good at doing that kind of stuff. But who I wouldn't mind seeing Ian win again. As much as David is the rookie of the season, his gameplay, no, not at all. He shouldn't be there. I'd like to see Davon or Bailey actually win this, because their names are coming up about getting rid of them, and especially I would love to see Davon win. I think this is her third time around, but for whatever reason, people just don't like. There's an issue between Danny and Davon, and that's causing a rift and the problems. Not hearing a lot about Bailey, but they know that they got to get her out. They did say, they knew that Tyler wouldn't be on board to get Bailey out either, so they wouldn't tell Tyler if they were going to focus on Bailey. These alliances are blowing up as we're watching them. These alliances are not going to stick much longer. It maybe got them too close to jury almost. But we're watching people just blow apart, and I think all these alliances are going to blow apart because there's going to be a lot of... You got to figure, like, that the people in the diary rooms do tell them to, what to say, what to do. Not necessarily what to do, but, they got to try to move the game, and they got to notice that this has been really freaking boring this year. or this week. And let's be honest, for an all-star, it's been pretty fucking boring. I love Davon. Team Davon, I am with you. I love Davon, but they already have her sights. They're already talking about her. Um, I don't want to see Memphis win. I definitely don't want to see Memphis win. Honestly, today was the only day that I was watching and I saw something that I'm like, oh my God, actually, Memphis is kind of funny. Memphis has got a little bit, I haven't seen that at all from him. So that was actually kind of, okay, he's not just a complete jerk, which I didn't think he was. But yeah, he's definitely not down for my favorite. Janelle was my favorite. Janelle was completely my favorite. And now she's gone. Kaser's not going to make it. He's going to be out next. If they were smart, they would have gotten Danny out. But I think Enzo's afraid to make that move. Enzo as HOH is just, it's interesting and funny to watch. I've never seen someone hold so many like one-on-ones like he has. They've been entertaining to say the least, just because of Delaware. We differ there. I have never liked her. Oh, Janelle, I love her, especially this season. I loved her. Everybody wanted her out. Everybody was against Janelle. Everybody was against Janelle for no reason. Like Nicole. Janelle. I'm like, oh my God, her voice sometimes to me is like nails on the chalkboard. It can be. But Team Tyler, I like Tyler. I do. But I think his love for the game isn't there right now. Yeah, I didn't like Janelle back in the day when Janelle first started. I thought she was just this. But now I do. I really do. There was something, she grew on me. I really grew the whole Janelle and Kaser. I really loved them. Tyler, I could see him winning, but I'm telling you, he's not going to win. He just doesn't have it in him this season. I just noticed I got like lipstick right here. He just keeps telling David how much he hates the house. I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. And I've already heard the story of how he didn't want to come, and Angela was the one who called and said he'll do it. He didn't ask to do it. Angela said he was doing it, so he did it. So I'm the only reason why I don't feel that Tyler is going to win is just because I don't think his head's in the game whatsoever. I think he'd rather be home with Angela. That's how I see it. Who else? I mean, from what I'm hearing from the house guests about Christmas is that they think she's the next one to implode, explode, whatever. They are slightly frightened of her. But I have to admit, those star babies, she going around the middle. Look at my babies, aren't they cute? That was funny. Because, everybody goes around with their babies. Aren't my babies cute? But that she had to go around the middle of the night with these stuffed animal stars. Aren't my babies cute? That was funny. I liked that. That was a fun little punishment, I would say. I'm sure for a mom who got away from doing the motherly chores, it wasn't that great. But it's Big Brother, and that's why I like Ian. Because Ian is willing to take the punishment. Ian wants to do the punishments because it's part of the Big Brother experience. That's all he wants. But Star Babies cracked me up. Honestly, to me, that probably would have been an easy punishment because it seemed like it was over. I think she ended up with like 16 Star Babies. I don't know, but that was funny. I wouldn't mind seeing Christmas win either. But I know that she's already on the radar. But that just because you're on the radar doesn't mean you're always going to be on the radar. Like, Ian was on Memphis's radar, and I think he kind of fell off because he's just laying low, and he's laying low well. And he's figuring this out. Like, he's so smart. He really is. He's really smart. But as for what's really going on, that's it. There's nothing going on this week. The wall yeller was the best thing that happened so far in Big Brother this week, for sure. And I'm sure we'll probably see it tomorrow night. I love Ian. I know, and I know he won before, but there's a part of me that's actually rooting for him to win again. Um, yeah, I just that whole Six Alliance, not into them at all. Because it's just such the since I would say 16 or even before 16, maybe since like the brigade or something, when they started getting all those people. But even in previous seasons, they've changed people and they brought people in, they jumped people off, and we're not seeing that, and we don't get that. It's so freaking boring, so boring. Here we go. My dog. Enzo has never been a fab. Oh, really? I think Enzo's funny. I find Enzo to be very entertaining with the way he talks. Um, he calls himself the meow meow. Like, come on, who can take anybody seriously when they call themselves the meow meow? Like, he cracks me up. For I'm gonna kill my dog. See, we normally have the air conditioning on. I opened up the house yesterday. Open up the house. She gets one hint of anything going on outside. That's it. That's the problem. God, that's what I have to do then. I have to just turn the air conditioning on when I decide to do this. Yeah, he's funny, but he's not my favorite. I totally agree, Carrie. He's not my favorite. But I thought we would definitely get a better HOH. No, this week has just been like I could like my kids are like I think I'll skip. I'm like, yeah, it's probably worth it because this week isn't really worth watching. It's kind of boring. But yeah, I guess I'm kind of rooting for Ian now because I wanted Janelle. I was totally on side Janelle and Kaser, but that was never going to work out because I don't know what it is that people feel like they need to get out Kaser. It's not like you could hold on to him for a while and get rid of him later. He's still not a threat. He hasn't won a game or he hasn't won an HOH, and I don't think he has ever won an HOH. So weird. So weird. But yeah, I think unless Memphis gets put into HOH position again, and let's just say, I don't think anybody wants another Memphis situation as HOH. I don't. That was even boring. I mean, I think honestly the best HOH we could get right now who is going to do something that we have no idea is Ian. Davon. Well, Davon hopefully will go after that 6. But a lot of people don't know that 6 even existed. God, because Julie Chen does love to tell everybody who they are and show their pictures every Thursday night. I think we could expect a lot when it's an all-star. I agree too, but there hasn't been a lot to there hasn't I expect it more than what we're getting. And we're all sitting at home. This is something that is tearing us away from the craziness and the COVID and the come on, give us a good season. Don't give us this stupid people getting into alliance and then we're going to cut them off one by one so they don't have a chance and it's going to be so boring for everyone to watch. These are the people who are going to drown the show if they don't stop. Ugh, I know. I get all bent. I love this show. But like I said, I do not think I could handle what is that pressure cooker in there with everybody, especially the middle of all this going on. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with who I want right now. Now we're going to go, at first I thought Danny had a really good chance of winning. I really did. I thought she was starting to play the game great. She was not letting her cards be shown. Yes, Carrie, I do like Survivor. I haven't watched in a while though, but I'm most likely, if they do Survivor, I will be watching because I like all these kind of shows that keep my mind off of what's going on right now. Um, yeah, so I guess Ian's going to be Ian, Christmas, or Davon. I would be happy to see either Christmas or Davon or Ian win again. I mean, that's the mistake that they've made. That's the mistake that they did. They go, okay, who's won this game? Get them out. That is the biggest mistake, and I don't understand why they didn't do it. Uh, Nicole Anthony had any idea how much all of her crap talking on Kaser and Janelle would affect the game. Who knew? Who knew, right? Just really, really not an all-star season that I was hoping for, planning for. Exactly, exactly. And I would have made an alliance day one of people who didn't win the game. Or, or, and see, trying to pull Ian in, Ian's got to go where Ian feels comfortable. And he felt comfortable with Nicole, but I think he's realizing that Nicole, after the wall yeller, that Nicole and Cody are working together and that he needs to break off. I mean, if Ian was smart and he did win on Thursday, Cody, Cody and Nicole, people are yelling your name over the. I mean, that's the easiest way. Your names are being thrown up over the wall, so of course I have to put you up. That's an easy way without saying I don't want blood on my hands or what. I mean, even though they're one of the two biggest players, there is an easy way now to get them out. But will they? That's the question. I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, but you know what? That's the name of the game. You are number one. That's that's the only way you win. Like look at the way Dan Giesling played. Like he was the most amazing player in my mind. I would say Derek comes in a close second. I know a lot of people don't like Derek, but I do. Um, but Dan's gameplay. I mean, there's so many times Dan was cornered and has somehow come out on top. I hope I hope we see, I hope we would see, these are the people I wouldn't mind to see Kevin win, Bailey, Kaser wouldn't win, Davon, or Ian. I wouldn't mind seeing everyone else, like, I feel like I liked Derek too, but I put out Derek's video about not even a month ago about him talking about Nicole and whatever, and I'm telling there are a lot of people who do not like Derek, and I'm like, I like Derek. There's nothing wrong with Derek. But hey, Dr. Will, I agree. Dr. Will's Dr. Will. I mean, that you could never get another Dr. Will, even if you tried. Couldn't. And he was so smart to come in like that, and that was like 2000, 2001. So this was just when the reality shows were kicking off. And that he was that smart to make a character out of himself that quickly. Great, and I don't know if I assume it's a character. I couldn't assume he's like that all the time. Uh, Boogie. I would say yes, but I think he lost it. Mike Boogie, after what he just did before the show even started, because they did ask him to come back, and he wanted Dr. Will, and well, what else could, there's no reason for Will to do this or put himself through it. He's making tons of money. Boogie's not. So Boogie put threats out towards Dr. Will's family, towards his wife. Oh, I mean, this was talked in the house, I would say, first or second week. Um, and yeah, like, they arrested him. They arrested him on threats. Threats to him, threats to his family. It's kind of crazy. It's nuts. And money will make people do some really crazy low-down things if it means their pocket in the end. Oh, I think Dr. Will played the game marvelously. Someone's got to be a villain. Might as well make yourself the villain, and that's what he did, and that was awesome. Yeah, no, you didn't see that. This was something that was talked about in the house. Yeah, yeah, Boogie lost it, man. Boogie definitely lost it. You don't know the reasons why or how, and I don't think it's anybody's business, but a lot of the house guests were talking about it and what happened between him and Dr. Will, and let's just say that friendship is now gone. Yeah, especially when you start threatening the kids and the wife. Yeah, he put some really terrible things up about. See if I can find it real quick. I don't know. Let me just real quick look. Like, threats. I'm just gonna look it up. See. Yep. Mike Boogie arrested after threatening to kill Will Kirby. Screen Rant. This was on June 13th. This is how far back it went. These newbies don't know how to play the game. I know, Dina, right? They don't. Dave, honest to God, I almost forgot Kevin was freaking playing the game until I found out that he won veto. I wish they flipped this house. They need to flip this house upside down, inside out, and do something because it is so boring to watch right now. The live feeds are grossly boring. And the reason why is because we all know what's happening next. There's nothing that's piquing our interest except who's going to win the next HOH. Yeah, so Mike Boogie arrested for threatening former Chilltown ally Dr. Will Kirby. Yeah. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Children. So, yes, we need a big shakeup. And if people in the DRs aren't at least being like, yo, you guys got to do something else, that's what they need to do. They need to tell them, this isn't working. People are losing interest. This is All Stars. This is supposed to be one of our biggest seasons yet. In a long time, since their last All Stars. Nope, not there yet. And I just feel like since, I would say 19, all the seasons have been kind of like a letdown, almost. And it's all because they play the same game every single time. Let's get 6 of Alliance, if not more. We'll use that. We'll try to get the most physically fit. We'll get this person, that person. See, normally, at least they don't do well on something. But see, you got people who do well in the questions. You got people who do well in the physical comps. And that's what makes it so... Yeah, so that's how I found this out. Because Janelle was telling the story of Dr. Will Kirby. I'm just looking down. When they were in the room, and she said that she hadn't talked to Mike Boogie since all the threats came out against Dr. Will because he said no, that he didn't want to do it. And yeah, and he was arrested. Dr. Will got him arrested. Well, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, that's probably should be the biggest news coming out of Big Brother, but it came out long before. But it was a shame. Chilltown that was so much fun to watch, and that's how it used to be. You used to pick the one. You didn't used to get 6 people. You would have it every single freaking team. Every year they go against it, and they do the big alliances against alliances, and the house is split down the middle. And then it's boring for the first half because they get the strongest and smartest people in the house, totally take out the other side. And then these people normally get on moving to what I think, and Boogie won, and Ian beat Boogie, and Ian, the dog just won't stop. I can't stand the Big House Alliance anymore. It should be expelled from the game, and nobody should be allowed to make the Big Alliance because it is killing the game itself. It is. It's so boring. If you got two, you can work and maneuver, but see, I mean, it is, if you're in it to win the game only and do not care for the experience of the show and do not care for the experience of good TV, I mean, that's what's going to help them. That, you know, you got to think of it like the people who are being most liked are the people who are making moves, doing things. Hello, Mr. Shadownight. You can't watch this show, unfortunately, Mr. Shadownight. I'm sorry. It's not, I don't think it's available in the UK. Although, I have friends in Australia who are watching. Somehow or another, they figured out how to watch. But, yeah, that's it. I'm surprised I've gone on as long as I have about talking about, honestly, a very boring week. I think we can expect Kaser to be leaving. Shocking? No. But depending on who wins HOH, like if we see again somebody from the 6 Alliance win, I swear to God. But see, even Enzo's not a part of the 6 Alliance, although he likes to think he is. We need a shake-up. We need a reset button. We need something. Big Brother, come on, help us shake up this house because we are bored as fans right now. This is supposed to be All-Stars. Do something. Fortunately, I'm not that big of a channel. It's a good show to watch, Mr. Shannon. You guys have it over there. You guys have the Celebrity Big Brother over there. We use, for whatever reason, Celebrity one here doesn't work out very well. I don't know why, because I don't know. Maybe because you have to spend too much time in a house and be away from people, and you really can't talk to anybody else besides the people in the house. Yep, but even that Big Alliance only produces one winner, and right, they're already turning on Danny. They already know Danny is no good. So that'll come down, but when? I don't know. Because it just seems like, to me, this whole freaking cast is afraid to make a move. It's so annoying. If I can say anything to the cast of Big Brother 22, make a move. Make a big move. Kaser, it's not a big move. Kevin, it's not a big move. Cody, Nicole, that's a big move. Danielle, Memphis, that's a big move. So we need to see some more big moves in this game. Agreed. Now, if anything happens between, say, now and tomorrow or now and Thursday, I will definitely come let you know. Like I said, the only thing that happened this week was the wall yeller with the megaphone about Cody and Nicole. So, if these people were smart, take those 2 names, get them out. But they don't see this until whatever. Well, they won't see me anyway. They don't watch me. So thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Gingerlock's mom. I like covering Big Brother. I'm going to be covering other things as well. This is just kind of reinventing myself. I used to do, having a chronic pain, which that's still part of my life. That'll never not be a part of my life. But it can get to you after a while, and it can get to be very tiring and boring, constantly talking about things that are wrong with you. So I'm also going to do this as well and cover things that I enjoy and that I like. So please hit the subscribe button if you like what you're seeing. Hit the bell for notifications. Also, a thumbs up wouldn't hurt, or a thumbs down if you don't like the, who cares, whatever you want to do. Otherwise, I will see you either Wednesday or Thursday before the HOH competition. Have a great night or great day, and I will see you later. Bye.